Good morning. Good morning. Going through my pre-trading checklist here. Mark the high and low of the day. Mark the close of yesterday. Mark the open of the day. Bear and bull case counter logic. Okay, so pre-market. We're looking at the pre-market chart. That's the electronic trading hours. And we found a top here. You see that? We came up, we bounced, we found a top. We came up, we bounced off that, we found a top again. We came up. So this area is showing, what is this area showing? Pop quiz, guys. What is this area showing? I'll give you a hint. It rhymes with shmishmishmits. Shmishmistance. This is an area of resistance, right? Because the bulls try and push the price up here, and the bears are like, no, fuck you. And then the bulls are like, let's try it again. The bears are like, no, fuck you. I thought we told you. This is our area. You don't pass here. And they tried again. Okay, so that's one. That's 1, 2, 3. This is a 4th attempt here, okay? So what are the chances they succeed? I think the chances they succeed are less likely. But let's see. It's trading. Anything goes, babies. Anything goes, my babies. This is the 15-minute chart. Let's look at the 5-minute. It's a little harder to see, right? But I will switch back to the electronic trading hours shortly. But I want to see where this closes. Do you see how we're hesitating here? So this is a reasonable short. I think maybe. I think maybe. It's not a good way to enter a trade. Yeah, I think maybe. Or it's honest, right? Noob traders think that they can predict what's going to happen, and inexperienced traders think that great traders are just better at predicting. It's not true. Great traders are just more consistent. And it's kind of the opposite. Great traders know what they don't know. And new traders, unprofitable traders, amateur traders are overconfident, largely overconfident. And, you know, that's one of the things I've worked on a lot. That's an area where I've made huge improvements. Huge improvements, right? Because when I started, I was, you know, it's just a challenge of all traders. Like, what you go through this learning process where, let me check. You know, that's one of the things. There you go. It's a learning process that you go through as a trader, which is you have to the market will humble you. It does it to all of us, right? So it's tough because you have to be confident and also humble. You have to be a lot of confident and a lot of humble all at the same time, right? So that's tricky. That's tricky, and it's complicated because we're saying two things that are the opposite. But you know what? If this was easy, everyone who tried it would get rich. And is that what happens? Yeah, no. Obviously, you know that's not what happens. Okay, so this is an obvious area of resistance, okay? This is also the pre-market high, okay? So we'll put that here, okay? Now, it makes sense that the market would reject because it rejected 3 times there. That's what we just said, okay? But let's switch to the 1 minute and see what happens. See what we got. All right, so I think maybe taking a small position here. If this closes bearish. The bulls are still participating and they're buying into the close of this candle. So that's not good. But you do have a signal, okay? So let's see how this candle closes on the 5 minute. Now we are moving up, right? But there's resistance here. So do we have to go higher first? Or will we get the reversal now? That's the question. Let's get the ATR. Shout out to my man Anthony. Anthony, what's up, my brother? Welcome back. It's good to see you. Shout out to Rika. Rika's asking, what's my opinion on altcoins? For what? You gotta be more specific. What do you mean? Just like philosophically? You know? Can we get more specific? And you've been watching the content silently. Good. Well, I'm glad you're participating, man. It's about goddamn time you showed up on the live stream, babies. Okay, so I'm short here. Why? Because I was just showing you guys. Switch to the 15-minute charts, easier to see. We came up, we rejected. We came up, rejected. We came up, we rejected. And we're coming up to try and test this again. And I'm just saying, like, yeah, I think we'll probably do what we've been doing. Also, on the daily chart, we are very climactic, right? Look at, we've been up, 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 up. So whereas the bulls want to continue this rally, and if you turn on the financial news, you know, everyone's talking about all-time highs and they're always bullish when that happens. But, you know, the thing is, when you get a move that's really strong and it just keeps going and going, the more climactic it gets, the more risk there is of a reversal, right? Because that's how markets work. There's buyers and sellers, and the market's always trying to balance itself out, okay? So that's the philosophy on this trade here. Also big tail, so possible double top there. Higher high double top. And what sucks is that there we go. What sucks is that the candle size is really small. Yeah, that sucks. All right, okay, cool. And then we got another signal, so you could add on there. Maybe I will. Just take that win. Okay, so the price hitting one tick above our profit target and then bouncing off. You see that? Like, are we gonna get this or not, guys? Come on. Come on. Patience is the name of the game. Oh, we got it. Okay, cool. So we're starting off the day with a 2-point win. So that's not bad. All right. Where's my money, Where's my money, baby? Hey, give me some dollar signs in the chat. Give me some dollar signs in the chat. Starting off with a win this morning. Where's my Dave Chappelle? Now we're talking, baby. Okay. Screenshot. About 7 a.m. Pre-market rejected 3 times, showing obvious resistance area. Got short after bulls could not close above this area. Okay, this is, guys, I want you to pay attention to what I'm doing right now. This is what you will not see other traders doing on YouTube, okay? This is what you will not see other traders doing on YouTube. Oh, I'm grateful for you guys. I'm grateful for you guys. Thanks for being here. This is what you will not see, okay? You will not see them paying this much attention to their entries and exits, right? you will see them kind of, you know, gambling more or less and just kind of FOMOing in. And, you know, this is a simple thing. I say, okay, what was the trade idea, right? You need an idea, and the idea needs to be consistent with your strategy. So I'm here to execute my strategy. Why? Because I know that my job as a trader is to consistently execute my rules and procedures according to my strategy. That is why I'm here. My job is not to make money. If I execute my rules according to my strategy, then the money will take care of itself, right? We focus on the fundamentals. Focus on the fundamentals. The hard part is not finding a strategy. There's plenty of them. The hard part is consistently executing your strategy according to your rules, okay? A lot of traders don't even have rules. So if you don't got rules, I don't know what to tell you. That's a starting point there. However, what I like to do is when I take the trade so that I can check myself, because this is the hardest part. This thing right here, this thing up here, this is where the mastery lies. It's all up here. Okay, and it's mental performance. So when I make a trade, I take a screenshot and then I write the idea, and then I go back at the end of the trading day or even right now and say, okay, was that a good trade, right? And I can analyze and assess and see, is this according to my rules and procedures, right? So, you know, I'll do this for every trade. And then I'll say, you know, emotions, calm, selling pressure, building, but bulls still showing strength. Okay, so I'm an advocate of journaling your trades intra-session while you're trading, and I'm an advocate of writing down the premise of your trade, writing down the idea of your trade so that you can check yourself, so that you can stay humble and continue to practice, right? Okay, so breakout here. I've never seen any other traders on YouTube doing that, right? Like literally showing you, okay, here is my process. Here is what I'm thinking. Here is why I entered here. Here is what my strategy says to do, right? So that you can either learn how I trade or just get ideas for your own trades, right? Or see how we're different or point out how I'm wrong. I don't care. I'm certainly not above that. But either way, like I haven't seen anyone. I literally haven't seen a single person on YouTube that will show you this kind of transparency. You guys tell me if you find someone. Because I'll watch their channel. Right? Like that's really okay. So why are we bouncing here? Because that's the high of yesterday, right? And that's why you want to draw your lines. All right, I'm gonna switch back to the regular trading hours. It's just a lot easier to see what the hell's going on. So that was the bear trend. Or sorry, that was the bull trend line. Wow, bull's showing some real strength. Okay, so this is going to be a test here, right? Because if the bulls get a strong close here and they get follow through, that gives us reason to be long. But often what happens is, well, first of all, we're still in a trading range. Okay, so let's be clear about that. This is not trending. Right? You've got the high, you've got the low. We came up to test the high, we came up to test the low. I've worked on a lot of it. Wow, that sounds good. Audio sounds good. Wow. Bulls coming through. Let's wait for the close. Anything happens. Sorry. What is it? What's the saying on the channel here? Anything goes until the bar close. Right? Like this could be interesting. Selling here. Expecting this to fail. Be interesting. It should be selling in that area again. expecting this to stay in a trading range, right? Assuming that this area is still an area of resistance. Let's mark that. I've been, drawing on the chart more. So with the high of yesterday and the pre-market action, we're in this resistance zone. So we'll mark that red because that's where there's sellers. Okay. See, look, this is exactly what I would expect. See, that's why I was like, selling up there. Okay. That would have been nice to try and catch that, but too quick. Look, we're on the 1 minute chart. There's no entry there if you're waiting for the close. And I do believe in waiting for the close. That's the other thing you see on YouTube. All these traders not waiting for the candle close and making decisions as the candles are forming. That is a recipe for disaster. And I've made that mistake plenty. But you got to be patient. You really got to be patient. Trading requires a whole lot of patience, babies. So we're ranging. There's buyers and there's sellers. Market has not picked a direction. This is indecision, right? This is like your friend who can't make up their goddamn mind. And, you're trying to make a decision and it's like they want this, but they want that, but they want that, but they want this, and they just can't decide. That's what's happening here. Oh. That's not what I wanted to do. This is what I want to do. Yeah. There we go. Namaste. Namaste. Namaste in bed. Okay, so this bull bar went all the way up here, found sellers, rejected down, and could not even close above 8. So I think that's sort of a buy signal. I mean, kinda. It's just I'm gonna hesitate to call that anything because we're in the middle of this trading range. You see the yellow box trading range? We're right in the middle. That's the worst place. My thesis at the moment is that we're gonna get some kind of move down, but okay. Getting short again. HR's 3.9. We'll go for 2.5 points. Expecting a test to the bottom of the trading range. Risking 5 points. We might have to go up before we go down. That is possible, right? And the bulls just got a higher low. But the bears are they're trying to get a lower high here. Also, if I expected this, okay, if I expected this, just wait and watch. what I've noticed is a lot of times the market does what I want. It just doesn't do it when I want it. So patience is really important for me. And if you have a trade idea, giving your idea some time to work. So whoever was asking about altcoins, what was your question specifically? Bouncing at the hive yesterday. Interesting. Right, here's where I just rely on my stop and kind of see what shakes out. Again, give the trade a little time to work. Selling a sell signal, selling a close of a bear bar after multiple consecutive closes in a trading range, extended move up. It's really balanced right now, which is why we're not really getting a strong move in any direction. But I think it's more bearish than bullish because of the context. So that's why I'm holding. And I'm willing to be wrong. Like, you never really know. And that's a key point. Bears trying to break through the hive yesterday and struggling. But let's see. Reasonable to expect a test of the bottom of the trading range and also, you know, the test of the moving average, which is here. But we just gotta wait and see. Obviously, there's buyers at the hive yesterday, but the bears are getting some momentum here. See, they got a lower high right here, so that's what I'm holding. Sometimes it just takes a little bit. Triangle. Trading ranges are triangles. See if the bears can break that line. Tighten that stop. Now we're even. 3 points risk, 3 points reward. Bears trying to close below the hive yesterday, right here. Screenshot. Got it. Patience pays. Patience pays. Put it in the chat. Patience pays. Patience is the pathway to profits. Put it in the chat. Almost always reasonable to expect to test the moving average because the price is always coming back to the moving average. 2 wins. Entry on 1 minute. Short. Again. Expecting. Trend continuation to fail. Look at that. So, okay. We were early and we did good there. Okay, that would be 9. After bear closes a lower high. Went for 3 points. Got it. Beautiful. Doing good today. Doing good so far. This whole thing is a trading range. Well. Okay, that makes sense. So the range is there. So with trading ranges, which is the 80% of the time the market, 80% of the time the market's in a trading range. So you never, and the thing with trading ranges is you never exactly know where this the bottom and the top of the trading range. That's the tough part, right? So if we have our trend line here, which this was, look. I thought that was pre-market action, but it's not. It's weird. That's the line. Huh. Okay. So we're still in this bull channel. Right. So reasonable to expect a test to this. It happened yesterday. That's actually a trade. That trade idea worked out really nicely for me yesterday. Same thing. Connect the 2 points and watch for the reaction. So look at the low. Look at the low. Okay. So this is Friday. This is Monday. And then it puts us right here. Okay. And the market's always testing the bottom of these channels. So reasonable to expect a test of this channel, but it might take us some time to get down there. And also the bulls might reverse here before that. We'll see, but I think we're probably coming down to test this. Either way, I'm happy. 2 trades, 2 wins. Boom, boom. I'm not in a rush to do anything after that. So let's chill and be cool, baby. You gotta be cool. Let's lift some weights. Oh yeah, baby. Come on. Feels good. Man, that feels good. Okay. Bulls breaking below the moving average. Testing the hive. Well, I guess it's testing the close of yesterday. Trying to test the close of yesterday. Is that the close of yesterday? Yeah, that is. Okay. This is my thought for today. Never mind. Super simple thesis. Bulls came up to test the hive yesterday. Right? Hive yesterday. Hive yesterday. High of yesterday. Boy. Failed. Bears take control. If we look at pre-market, that's as far as the Bears protected this line, right? Bears were like, nope. It's like a goalie in soccer, right? It's like a goalie in soccer. The Bears were like, nope, 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 nope. The Bulls kept trying. So we're expecting the same thing to happen here. And that's exactly what happened, right? Now, that is my process for drawing trend lines. Okay. Support and resistance, trend lines, same kind of thing. So what I do is I draw the line and then I watch the reaction price to line. And I don't assume that it's going to do what it was doing before, but I expect it to do what it did before unless there's data that shows me something different. So here would be the area where I'd be looking for something that diverges from what happened previously, What happened previously is, as we just showed you, the price went up here and rejected down many times. So there's a lot of sellers in this area. That's why we got it marked red. That's why we call this a resistance area, right? So this was the first sign that actually shows me, okay, there's still sellers up here, right? Bulls are trying to break through, but look, the candle went all the way up and could not even close past its midpoint, right? This candle actually closed on its low, which it's a bull close. It's a white candle on my chart. That's a bull close, but it's actually more bearish than bullish because of that. Now on this, then the next candle was a bear bar and closed on its low. You see that? And now we have a double top. That's a micro double top. It's also a high double top with 2, okay? Because we found a top here, rejected down. Now we're coming back up and we're rejecting down again, okay? So at this point, I'm bearish, and that's what happened. And then, then I saw this and the same exact theory, same exact thinking, okay? I'm saying, look at, if you watch this candle, you saw that it was really strong and exploded to the upside, but then the bulls could not sustain it, right? And then this guy, very similar to this guy. I mean, in fact, this pair of candles right here, 6 and 7, is pretty much the same as 9 and 10, right? It's showing another top. So here's a top and here's a top. And then once we have 10, you've got a top here, a top here, and a top here. That's 3 tops, okay? So that's a wedge pattern or a triple top, right? And you've got 3 tops, and then you have 3 micro tops nested inside those tops, because that's a top, that's a top, that's a top with that, that's a top, and that's a top with that, okay? So once you start getting nested patterns inside of patterns, it's like tradeception. It increases the probability. So out of this trade, or this trade, this was the one with the highest probability, and that's why you saw the biggest move down on that one, because it was confirmation, right? The bears failed here, so the bulls were still strong, but now the bulls are exiting because they're getting weaker. Bears are gaining strength, and I said that in my notes that selling pressure is mounting. How do I know that? Because you start seeing the presence of consecutive candles. Up to here, there were no consecutive bear bars. Now we have consecutive bear bars, so that is showing selling pressure mounting. And then look at that, we went from 2 consecutive, and then the next time the bears got 3 consecutive. Okay, so that's cool. But then then what's happening now? Well, this looks like some kind of support zone, right? Because we have a bottom now. Okay, so same thing as this, but here, right, the opposite. So we've got a bottom, and then we've also got the moving average, right, which is a very reliable indicator. That's something I recommend everyone having on their charts, and that's a reasonable buy setup, right? So that's a long. If I wasn't running my fucking mouth, I might be entering this trade right now. But I don't know. I'm not so sure. That is a good buy setup, just because it's showing that the bears failed to see. This is different. So now we're using the moving average for this trade idea. So moving average, we're saying, okay, if the more candles above the moving average, bullish, more candles below the moving average, bearish, all candles are above the moving average, at least all the closes. Best the bears could do, right? Even though they did get that momentum down, they found buyers down here, and the bulls immediately start taking control once the price got down here. And then look, the bears couldn't even close below the moving average. And then the bulls got a strong bull bar, closing on its high, closing above the previous bull bar. That's a really good looking setup. See that? That's kind of like an FU candle. I don't know if I consider that an FU candle. Let's call it an FU candle. It's a you know, reasonable FU candle. It's not super strong. Like, let's see an example. Like that would be a super strong FU candle, right? Because it closed above all of these bear candles. FU candle is a breakout bar. breaking above something. So we broke above the candle to the left, you know, by a couple ticks. So it's not huge, but it is showing bullishness. And just using the moving average, right? Just using the moving average. So because we're still in a trading range, right? This is trading range price action. I would be scalping still. So if I was in this trade, I'd be going for like that probably. Right. Which does make sense because we're at 4.6 ATR. So, you know, that would be the trade right there. And if you know me, you know I use measured moves for my profit targets. So that's the trade idea. But I'm waiting. I want to wait for something that looks a little better. Again, daily chart, very climactic. You got a parabolic wedge here. You got a bull channel. See that? Bull channel, parabolic wedge. Trading range. That was last week. Right? Bull breakout. And we're going up and it's getting more and more and more climactic. Right? Okay. 2 consecutive bull bars. Now we're always in long. Bad location. Good setup, bad location. Looks like we're coming up to test these highs again. No FOMO. Yeah, I have zero FOMO. I feel good. I feel calm. I feel patient. I mean, it's easy to have FOMO. Sorry, it's easy to have no FOMO when your first 2 trades of the day were wins. So it's not saying anything. It's like, it's about as easy as it gets. You know, to be cool when it's like it's hard to have FOMO when you like close the loss and like your emotions are on edge and you know what I'm saying. So yeah, no FOMO, but easy circumstances, right? Yeah, Anthony said he's been away for a few weeks. Yeah, so it's really interesting, Anthony, what's happening right now because you know, everyone on TV, all these financial experts on TV, you know, they see like all-time highs and they're like, we're gonna have a big bull rally, and we might. This is really strong, but it's too climactic, right? That's really climactic. So I think we'll get a correction. I mean, look what happened here, right? What type of correction? That was a 7% correction, okay? So I'd expect a 10 or 20% correction somewhere up here. We might have to go higher though, right? We might have to go higher because there's a lot of momentum to the upside. But look, do you see the candles, how they're shrinking in size? Big bull bar, smaller bull bar, smaller bull bar, smaller bull bar. And we'll see how this closes. This is today. But also the bars are stacking. So this is bullish and this is strongly bullish, but we are seeing it kind of slow a little. So, and that trade would have worked, right? That was the trade I called out for you guys. Boom. Great setup. I wish I wasn't running my goddamn mouth. I'm gonna watch what happens when we get here. Buy signal. So yeah, just to reiterate, I think it's likely we'll get a correction, right? Something like this, because this is so climactic. So this is similar, right? So, you know, you usually get these pullbacks and they're commonplace, and that's how markets work. But we might have to go higher first, right? We'll see. The market's trying to decide, right? This area is an area of resistance. So it's like, I think the bulls are like, you know, let's test those bears and let's see if we can pull one over on them again here, because they failed. But then, you know, there were buyers at the moving average. So let's see how much that momentum carries up. I'm gonna expect this to fail unless I see something different. Right now, that's making me question that a little bit, but because that's a great breakout. Very good breakout. So strong legs usually lead to some kind of second leg. Three consecutive bull bars, all closing on their highs. Wow. Yeah, if you're bullish, like, that's reason to buy right there. We may get the successful breakout to the upside. Let's see. This will be interesting, shorting the high. But with that much momentum to the upside, I'm definitely not going to do that. Because right now we're trending up. But let's see. Let's mark that and just see what happens there. Three consecutive bull bars, all closing on their highs, stacking up, no overlap, almost no overlap, right? See how this candle, the body's not overlapping, and do you see how this candle, the body's overlapping maybe one or two ticks, right? That shows strong bullishness. That means that as soon as this candle closed, the bulls immediately hit by the market. As soon as this candle closed, a couple seconds later, we got when a couple ticks down, buyers right there, shooting the price up. So you're seeing strong buying. Bulls are strong. That's another buy signal. And that's another buy signal. Bad location, but reasonable. Maybe we get there. No selling yet. Wow. 2 minutes left on the candle. Let's see what happens here. Look, that's a big old trading range. Let's watch this guy, see if it closes bearish. See if the bears can get one close. After 1, 2, this is a 1 minute chart, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 consecutive bear bars. See, that's climactic, so. Bears trying to sell, bulls buying. 30 seconds left. Let's see. Let's see. It's like the verdict. It's like, let's see. Let's see what the judge says. The judge is the close, right? The judge is how the candle closes. That's like how we're gonna judge this 1 minute increment in time based on the candles before it. So let's watch this close. 15 seconds left. Let's see what happens into the close and see how bearish this candle closes, or if it flips bullish. Let's see. Okay, so bears got a close, weak close, didn't even close past its midpoint, but some kind of top there. So either the bears are going to get momentum down, see that was the trade I was interested in. I'd go for 3 points on that though. So my PT would be like right there. Right there. Oh, yep. Boom. Yeah. See, that's what I like. Missed that one. Buyers below. 3 points. Okay, so there you go. That's all wins this morning, and I couldn't be happier. I'm not gonna complain. Like, what more could you ask for? So I'm done. I'm done, babies. I'm done, my peoples, my crew, my fam, my subscribers. I'm done. Thank you for being here. I'm happy. I'm peaceful. I'm gonna review the session. I'll do a quick trade breakdown. And I'll record my screenshot. But the same trade idea, look, the same trade idea 1, 2, 3 times this morning, right? Same trade idea. Every time we moved into this resistance zone, this red box, I sold, right? But I didn't do that because I thought that, I didn't do that assuming I was correct. I did that with a theory, a premise, a thesis, in other words, right? I have an idea, theory about the market. And I wait for confirmation. I look for a data point. Data point confirms it, which is either a bear bar closing on the 5 minute, or I go to the 1 minute and I look for a bear bar closing on there, right? And then I get in. And if the bear bar, the data supports the thesis, which is this is a sell zone, that's why it's red, then I sell. And so I did that here, I did that here, I did that here, okay? Same thing over and over and over again. And trading is a lot of that. It's the same thing over and over and over again. You got to wait and watch and make sure that you're paying attention to the market changing what it's doing. And if it changes, you got to change with it. But in this case, we're in this range and we're staying in this range. And I would expect us to stay in this range. And that's usually what happens when you have a big move like this at the end of the move. Because look, we're here now. We're here at the top of this move, right? We're here at the top of this move. So what starts to happen is the momentum starts to dry up, right? The momentum starts to dry up. And so once that happens, instead of getting a pullback, we start to pause, right? We start to stall. right? That's what this is, stalling. We're stalling, okay? It's like a car when it stalls out, same kind of thing. And that's because the market's losing its gas, right? The conviction and the confidence and is what sends it higher. But as it gets higher and higher, the conviction starts to wane. And that's what you see when the price starts to stall. And that was like the overall daily bias. Okay, so you got to know your overall daily bias. That's my overall daily bias. I'm looking at the daily chart, getting a sense of where we're at. We're really high up. We are, on the daily chart, we're, 100 points over the moving average. Anytime we get on the daily chart over 100 points over the moving average, I'm less interested in buying and I'm more interested in selling, right? You could buy and sell this morning. This is a solid trading range, right? It's a tight trading range, so it's hard to make money, but there was a lot of movement, which was good. It made it pretty easy to trade. Some 12-point tight trading ranges are really hard to trade, but this one was pretty easy. Look, you got to move down here, 10-point move. You got another 10-point move up. You got another move down. So this was actually pretty fun for me. I used to really, really be bad at trading stuff like this, but that was fun and I did well. And there's a risk when you get consecutive. For me personally, one of my known bad habits, one of my known bad issues with trading is once I get consecutive wins, sometimes I'm at risk of, placing a bad trade, being a little less careful, which happens. A lot of people, when things go well, they start being less careful, in trading and in life. So my job is to know what my known issues are because I have these all written out and, be eternally vigilant. Okay, so that's why I'm going to end the session there. I'm really grateful for you guys and thank you for being here. If you want my 3 favorite trades, if you're curious the strategy behind what I'm doing here, go to the link on the screen or in the description and you can get my 3 favorite trades. I give them to you for free. I'll tell you the patterns I look for, how I limit my risk, and also how I take profits and get out before it's too late, which you saw me do all morning. And if you're curious about trading with Top Step, which I'm trading with this morning, this is Top Step. I'll show you. I use Top Step with Tradeovate. That's this guy, right? Tradeovate. And that's a prop firm that gives me a 50,000 account or 150,000 account to trade with. And if you're curious about Top Step and qualifying for a funded account, if you want to take your shot at doing that, hit the link in the description as well, and you can try out Top Step. And I've got a discount link for you, which will give you, I think 20 or 30% off, something like that. But thank you for being here, you guys. I appreciate you. And if you want to go back and watch the video of the live stream, you can see how I did this. And also, I'll stick around for another minute or two if you have any questions, just to see if anyone has any questions. I'll do a quick little Q&A here. So do you have any questions? If you do, ask them in the chat right now. I'll take a few questions if you got them before I head out. What are your questions? Post them in the chat right now. Shout out to my man Robin. Shout out to my man Linnell. Okay, looks like there's no questions. If you do, put them in the comments and I'll answer them after the stream. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you again on Thursday. I'm here every Tuesday and Thursday, 7 a.m. Pacific. So if you enjoyed yourself, come on back. I'll see you Thursday, 7. Peace. Life is good. Life is good.